Lily Glover. I'm going into my senior year in Pike County High School,
Awesome.
in
Thank you.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Georgia, not
Nice.
Miami.
Yes, not in Miami, everybody. So, all right, tell me, what happened that made you realize that you needed our service?
When I was taking practice tests and there was no improvements and it was not getting better, it was either staying the same or just dropping down. And I really didn't know the material for the tests.
But like, tell me a little more about your situation. What grade you were in? Had you taken an SAT?
I took one in ninth grade and I wanted to enroll and I didn't have the scores that I needed. And I was like, oh, that's upsetting. And then I kept on working towards that and it was not improving. So
I was in ninth. Right now, what grade are you in?
I'm going to my senior year. That was ninth grade. And then going into my 11th grade over the summer, I found out about Piece of Pie and I was like, oh, I think I need that.
How'd you find this?
I went to a camp over the summer, a volunteer abroad thing, and one of the girls did your program. And she was like, it helped me get into the school I want. So her name was Manu.
No way.
Yep. Yep. And then I was doing your homework one time and I heard her over the video. I was like, oh, that's funny. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
Small world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you actually did my homework. No, I'm kidding. You know, that's awesome. No, but so the fact that you like caught that, you know, you were doing it for real. That's crazy.
Well, that and the 750.
That's true. That's why. That's why. And well, so what was your expectation of the virtual group learning environment?
I did a virtual SAT prep before and I was like, it did not go well. And going into this, like I had the Zoom with you talking about the program and it kind of like reassured me, but going into it, I was a little nervous because like I wasn't allowed to ask questions and anything. But like the first call, I was like, okay, this is so much better. This is great.
What was different about it?
You like the tutors calling on you when you're not least expecting it, even if you got the answer right or wrong. You being able to ask questions in the chat, just unmute yourself and just talk to them. Just they were very open and ready to help you in any way.
Like, how would you describe our service to another student? Like, what should they know?
It's a lot of work. A lot. I still have like stacks of paper in my room.
Yep.
A lot, yeah. But if you put in the work, you're gonna get the results you want to see and help you with your dream school.
So what was that result that we helped you get?
The math or like in total?
We can stick to the math, I guess.
Okay, 750.
And what was your starting score?
570.
180 is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Did
I mean-
not think I was gonna get that.
Congratulations. I mean, you did the work.
I did twice. So,
Also, that's true. You did the prep course twice,
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
yeah.
So the first time, oh yeah, man, you did, oh, bless your soul. You did 20 weeks of that. So the first 10 weeks, I think you went up like 100 points or something, right?
Yes, I got a 670.
And then you were like, I'm not done.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that conversation.
Yeah.
Well, whenever she took the SAT and got her results,
She was not happy.
well,
so-
she said, I think I could have done better. I think I can do more. And I said, okay, well, what do you want to do? And she said, I want to take Piece of Pie again. I said, okay.
You were correct.
Right?
I don't know. I feel like the test is getting harder though, in my personal opinion. I feel like I just lucked out with that test. But
What
I
test
had
was it?
Prep. June. Yeah.
That was a hard one.
Really? Oh, I guess I'm just great at math now.
I agree.
Mastered the SAT now.
It's all that homework.
Agree. And you know what? Everyone's always like, oh, this test is harder, or which one's easier, and blah, blah. And I look at all these tests and it's like, they're all difficult.
Yeah.
Will there be like, will it vary in difficulty depending on the student? Maybe, yeah. Like you have your own strengths and weaknesses, and one test, like not every test is built the same, right? And yeah, there are some tests that are like, there's some extra problems in there where I'm like, okay, a little bit harder, but
Yeah.
it's curved, right? And then there are some tests where I think, for what we teach in our program, we try to capture everything.
Yeah.
And whenever the test doesn't go outside of it, it's crazy. Everyone does amazing. But, sometimes the people who make this test are really good at making new problems. But
Yeah.
we keeping up, don't worry.
Yeah.
Very
Best
true.
believe I made some upgrades.
Oh,
We have like at least another 5 practice tests. And, and with the new practice tests, I see the new stuff on it. And I'm like, okay, let me make some new problems related to that. Or
Oh, wow.
gotcha.
Gotcha.
yeah,
And
it's in that.
you're doing the English portion now, right?
And we're doing the English. That's been fun.
Really?
I don't think he meant that.
No, it's been the cool part is that it's progressing 10 times faster than what I had expected, because we just know what we're doing now. So it's like the math took many years to build to where it's at.
Right.
The reading, it was just like, I already know what we need to do, guys. Like, it's the same principle as math. It's, you have to have the right material. You have to set it up in a way so that the students actually do it. As and so we know how to do it. You get the videos, you got the this, got the that.
Yep.
And so no, it's going pretty well. It was, at first it was just a little bit like, oh, now I have to manage both. I was like, oh my God, I'm
I
overwhelmed.
bet that's a lot. That's a
Ooh.
logistical challenge. That's a lot.
But I have a good team.
Yes.
So all right. And how would you describe our service to another student, Lily? Like, what should they know?
It's a lot of work, and if you put in the time and like keep up with all the assignments, then you're gonna get the results you need to see. And if not, just do it again. So yeah.
You only went up 100. You wanted 200 or close? Do it again.
Exactly.
That's right.
There you go.
And that's, I've had a few, like any student has done it twice. That's exactly what happens. And then how about you, Amy? How would you describe it to some other parent, I guess?
I was impressed when, we had the meeting with you, and then she had to do like an introductory call, and she had to go through the videos. What I was impressed with was the fact that there was a video describing exactly what to do. This is download Cam Scanner. This is what you do. This is how you upload everything. And it was step by step. Great videos. There's a video of how to solve every problem. So that's huge attention to detail, right? That's no small feat. That's no stone left unturned. So I was impressed that there was that much support along the way from the beginning. So that's what I liked. And math is all about repetition, right? There's no way to study. You're not studying for a science test. You have to do the math problems over and over and over again. So, she was dedicated. Not one time did she complain. It was a lot of work in addition to her regular load of coursework at school and dual enrolling. It was a lot of work, and she did not complain. So she was very invested. She was internally motivated. It's what she wanted to do, but totally different from the previous little SAT prep class that she took. She was very engaged. It was very interactive. So that's what I liked.
So it's funny because I had a few thoughts come to mind. One was, I've asked other parents what they liked, and they'd be like, oh, the constant chat messages to keep my student doing their work and keeping me informed. And I'm here thinking, like, Lily never gave anyone an issue. So like, you didn't even have to look. Like, I knew she was doing the work. Like, I was no stress. I'm like, Lily, do this. She's like, yes, sir. Wow, that's
Right.
done. I'm like, you gotta do this too. Got you. Wow.
Okay.
Nobody was stressed. I'm like, man, I need a bunch of Lilies. Like, this is, like that would be.
And I think she liked it. I truly think she liked the math. I'm telling you, she did not complain. She'd be like, oh my God, I'm so behind. I've got so many practice tests to take. That was a fact, but it wasn't a complaint, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you just like, all right, how do I fit this in, right? Like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
I stay up late, get up early. I mean, she did it all. She did it all.
How did you figure that out, Lily?
I don't know. I feel like it just was trial and error, really. I was like, whenever we got the assignments, I was like, okay. And then I had an SAT prep class at school. So I was able to, and that was just an hour. So I was able to get a lot of that done. And then I would print it off like on Sunday, get it all done. Did like 1, 2, because y'all are big on doing them in order. So I like labeled them, everything. And I'm like, okay, this one's Monday, this one's also Monday, and just had like a little schedule for y'all.
So you were able to spread it out through the week like we asked?
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes I would be behind in my schoolwork, so then I would be like up at 1 a.m. trying to get it done on Monday or Tuesday, whatever.
But
So.
you kept up with a routine that didn't allow, like you never ended up having to cram that much for SAT.
No, no. I mean, there were some times that I would see the assignments, I'm like, okay, it's just like a video, take notes. So then I would pop up the video, it's like an hour and 30 minutes. I was like, okay, gotta get that
Don't tell
done.
people that.
Oh, sorry.
Cat's
Oh,
out of the
That's
bag.
cool. It is what it is. It
What
is
is
what it
it?
is. I got to finish another video right now.
Oh, how funny.
We updated a bunch of stuff, so I'm having to make new
New videos.
videos, and I'm there trying to do the video quick. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like timing myself. At the end of it, it's like an hour 30. I'm like,
yeah,
It's a lot.
yeah.
That's a
I
lot.
don't know how to get around it. I'm just like, all right, whatever. I have to explain every problem, like I'm like,
Yeah. No, but
so.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so the key really was that you just follow what we said. You had to make your sacrifices and some sleep once in a while, and
Yeah. It wasn't like every single day of every single week. It was not like that. Like sometimes I would fall behind, like, oh, really not feeling the math today, but and then I would just do double the assignments up the next day. So
that's really the key.
yeah.
That's what I tell the kids. Like, don't fall too crazy behind, because then it's too much.
Yes, exactly. Then it just goes on to your next week's workload, and it's not good. 14 assignments. So
Yeah, exactly. No, then it's like impossible.
yeah. And I would just like, I wouldn't want to fall behind because I didn't want to get a text message from Maria saying like, any chance you can complete 13 through 15 today? I'm like,
They're so
So-
polite.
yeah,
They'll poke you politely.
exactly. Yeah.
I try to tell them to stay polite. I'm the one, like, it's when I come in, you just never had me come into the chat.
Oh, that happens?
I call parents.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh,
Yeah, I will call a parent. And lately I've changed a little bit. Like, I started doing, I'll talk to the student first.
Yeah.
But like this. And
Right.
it's working well, I think. It's just like, I'm just like, hey, what's going on?
Right.
And they're like, they vent and whatever. And it's like, just that talk usually gets them to do like 60% more.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I have had to, but I don't know. I feel like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, when I call parents, it just kind of like makes it like this abrasive. I'd rather just deal with the student now. Like, I'm learning, it's just like, just talk to the student, like, for the most part, that everyone wants to do well.
Yeah.
Just some people just have trouble organizing themselves.
Well, and it's probably overwhelming for some.
The first time they've ever had that much work.
Sure.
yeah.
And but if you're invested, if the student's invested and they're motivated to do well, if they have a goal that they're working towards, then they're going to do the work. I mean, if it were easy, everyone would do it, right?
Yeah, actually, that's what I was going to ask you. You just reminded me, Lily, what was the intrinsic motivation that got you to do this?
I wanted to be able to apply to whatever school I wanted to go to and not have to look up the SAT score and be like, oh no, I can't apply because my score is not good enough. I wanted to feel secure with wanting to go where I wanted to and not have to worry or doubt myself if I could get in because of my safety score.
What are you looking at?
But college,
Yeah.
I want to go to West Point.
All right. Are you feeling confident now?
I am. Yep.
Where's West Point at?
It's in New York. It's the United States Military Academy.
Yeah, that part I knew.
Okay.
I didn't know it was in New York. And actually, so it's funny. So I went to Cornell, so I went to upstate New York for
Oh,
5
yeah,
years.
so you know.
So I lived 5 years
Up
in
there.
very cold weather.
Yes.
It's nice there. I like it like in the 40s.
That's good. Yeah.
But
But still.
after that, it's a little crazy. But anyway, talking about the weather here. I got a question for you. How could our program be improved?
I don't know. It got me a 750. I don't think it can be improved. Like, there's nothing bad that I would say like, oh, you got to fix this. Like, I don't think so.
All right, I'll figure it out.
Wait, I got to think about this. I don't know. I want to say like more time for some of the assignments, because my second time around, I would feel kind of behind sometimes, and I would only do the problems that like you want us to do,
Oh, yeah.
not go through the whole packet. So the second time around, I went through the whole packet, like the challenge packets. I would do every single one.
Oh,
So that helped a bunch, but sometimes I wasn't able to do that. But I know that like really helped me a lot.
this is key, critical information, because I've had another student tell me that recently,
Oh.
that she was like, "Oh yeah, I will do all of the problems." I was like,
Yeah.
because I know I'll put there like, if you're limited in time, do this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did the first time. And I was like,
Well, that's because if you do all of them, it's literally 3 times the work.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
yeah, it
It's
was-
crazy. Like I mean, these packets are like 30 pages.
I
Yeah.
know. Do you know how much
120
paper
problems.
and ink we went through? It was
Sorry.
astonishing. No,
Yeah,
that's
guys, if
fine.
you're trying to sign up, it's gonna be paper and ink.
Yeah, business expense, business expense. It's fine. That's okay. I can do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was even astonished whenever she started printing off the
You
packets.
should have bought an iPad.
I know y'all were so
You
like fancy with your iPad and your pen. I was like,
You would have saved. You would have spent the same $300 for an iPad.
See, there you go.
that is true.
It's all
I'm gonna start
set.
telling people that. Like,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah,
it's a lot of
then you
paper.
get a kickback or buy some Apple stock.
Yeah, for real. But okay, that's great. Actually, that was really valuable information that I guess I'll relay to the students. They're not gonna like it, but you
It
gotta do
did
the whole
help.
packet.
It really did. Because there were some problems that I would see in the packets that I would see on the actual test, like test day. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I try to tell people.
Yeah.
People don't get it. Like, obviously, I get it because I've taken the test 12 times, right?
Yeah.
And I make all these packets, and the problems come from like not random places, but from real tests.
Right.
And so obviously every time I take a test, I like add new problems. So like, and then there's like, it always happens where when I take a test, I come out of it, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So if that student had done packet
Oh,
XYZ and they had done problems 14 through 15, they would have gotten this one right. And if they had done problems,
oh, wow.
I'm here thinking like, okay, so as long as they did every problem that I gave them and they remembered it, they would have gotten 100%.
Wow.
Right. So I try to make the program that way to where, I mean, if you do everything, you should go into the test and like, there should only be like, it's impossible to get everything. There's always going to be 1 or 2 that College Board is really good about that you've never seen before.
Oh,
But
yeah.
at least if you do everything, I mean, the majority of it, you've seen it. That's how it should feel.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm still working on the like ultimate packet that I keep saying I'm going to do it and I can't, like, I don't have time. Like,
Yeah.
But it's like the most challenging problems packet.
Oh,
Imagine like if every, from all the sections, you just had this one packet and it was like the hardest problem.
I would like that. Yeah. That'd be
All right,
great.
right? I know. and I've been trying. It's like it's been half done for like a year.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah, but then the problems are gonna change. Then you're gonna have to add new problems.
No, because I keep adding problems. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
And I don't find. I mean, yeah, and but adding problems later is not an issue. I mean, hopefully I can get it done next week. I don't know.
Next week. Oh my goodness.
I feel like I'm always that close.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
Very cool. So, is there anything else we should know?
Thank you for helping me get a 750 in math. You and your whole team, everybody. You, Mars, Maria, everybody.
I'll let
Yeah.
them know. I'll let them know.
Oh my
That's
God.
awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much again.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you. Awesome.